Beep, 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 beep. This just in. Subject and object pronouns.
Brought to you by Mrs. Kohano's classroom.
Hi guys, more pronoun work this week. Okay, so you know during the morning work, during the DOL, when we talk about sometimes we have to change a word to I or to me, and we always say if it's in the beginning part of the sentence, it's the subject, and if it's in the predicate part of the sentence, it's me. Well, this is the day we have the lesson on that. So we have subject pronouns, which of course are in the subject part of the sentence, and then we have object pronouns, which are always in the predicate part, or almost always in the predicate part of the sentence. So if you have not yet opened up your book to page 129, please do that right now. Pause this video to get that open. And let's take a look at the skill reminder box. I'm going to read through that with you, and if you would use your finger, please, to follow along in the book with me, that would be awesome. A subject pronoun takes the place of a noun or nouns in the subject part of the sentence. I, he, she, we, they, it are all subject pronouns. Always capitalize the pronoun I in a compound subject and always put I last. Remember, we always talk about we are polite and we are kind and we let others go first, even in our writing. An object pronoun takes the place of a noun after an action verb or after a preposition, such as about, at, from, to, or, with. And the words me, him, her, us, and them are all object pronouns. In a compound object, me always comes last. And again, you're going to find that in the predicate part of the sentence most often, almost all of the time. You and it are kind of special. They can be in either one. They can be subject pronouns or object pronouns. All right, so today for practice, here's what I would like for you to do. All you have to do for numbers 1 through 5 on your slate is you are simply going to write the pronoun that is the subject pronoun. So for number 1, for instance, I look at that sentence and it says, we saw photos of a tsunami. And so the subject pronoun is we. You're going to go ahead and do 2 through 5 on your slate. The next section has you filling in a word that would make sense. So I read the sentence, number 6. A ship can sink if waves dump enough water on it. So on your slate for number 6, you don't have to do 6, I did it, but you're simply going to write one word. Go ahead and pause the video right now and do numbers 2 through 5 and numbers 7 through 10. Oh dear. Zach.
I just turned off the computer.
Yes, you did.
We're having some slight technical difficulties.
Slight technical difficulties. I'll tell you what, I'm just going to write the answers on the board really fast. For number 2, you should, I'll just read them out loud. For number 2, you should have it. For number 3, they. For number 4, I. For number 5, I. For number 7, swimmers must watch for breakers that can swamp them. Number 8, lifeguard warned Millie, and you could have either him or her of the danger. For number 9, the waves washed over them. And for number 10, they helped Timmy and me with our sand castle. All right, going on to the next section. On page 130, you simply have to identify each pronoun in numbers 1 through 4. So if I do the first one for you as an example, I read that sentence and it says, are you there, Alan? I'm under the umbrella, Carla. So for number 1, I simply write all of the pronouns that are there. So I have, for number 1, I have you, and I have I. And then I tell if it's a subject pronoun or an object pronoun. And both, let's see, you is a, are you there, Alan? Alan is there. I believe that is an object pronoun. And then this one is a subject pronoun. You go ahead and do numbers 2, 3, and 4. Pause the video. And I will put the answers on the board. I will put the answers on the board. Here we go. Number 2, 3, and 4. So for number 2, you should have they and they. Number 3, you should have I, we, I, and them. And for number 4, you should have you, us, I, and you. Alrighty, there you go. Thanks for joining us this week. My son, Zach, is working on getting my new printer hooked up for me, which is why we lost power to the overhead there. But I'll see you next week and we'll be all set with that again.
Bye-bye now.